Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and I got a very special shout out for my longtime fan, Guersan. You are the best there is, the best there was, and the best ever will be.
Hello champions, it's time for another character preview. This time also the footage comes from Scopely. This is not my account. If you've seen my pull video, I failed together. So this is not from me. I don't have Charlotte. It's footage from Scopely. I know somebody's gonna ask us, they're not gonna hear this, but again, it's not my account. So let's go look at it. Charlotte Flair currently at 4-star bronze. She is a powerhouse. Moves being used, the figure 8, which is a submission that randomly plays 3 submission gems and do 6k damage for 3 turns, and the remaining gems gets turned into blast gems. The rotting dropkick deals 7.6k damage and makes 5 random color turn gems into blast gems. That means that move is pretty much only useful against Alexa Bliss for now. Down the road, if there's more female that use color turn, maybe, but as of now, Alexa Bliss is the only one that has color turn gems. There's also the Doom Salt, which deals 11.7k damage and destroy 2 random blast gems. Other 3 moves: the Bloody Boot, the Decaying Belly to Belly Suplex, and the Sanguine Spear, we're not going to look at right now because we're going to see them in the next videos. Trainers using Rusev to create 3 extra blast gems, and the Giant to destroy 4 extras. Now the reason that he's not using any MP trainers, I'm guessing, it's because he doesn't need them. Because basically, since the main move here is going to be the yellow move that destroyed the random blast gems, you gotta have those gems on the board to begin with. And the only way to do so is either to run the submission, which is going to create 2 extra gems, 2 blast gems, or have Alexa do or color turn moves, which then you can use your green move to switch those color turns into blast. So you basically gotta wait for Alexa to do those before you do anything. So there's no point using an MP trainer with that spec. All right. So she basically needs to fill her green and her yellow mostly. And she's got to wait for Alexa to fill her purple and do the color turn move. So now the green move is ready. But there's no point using it because there's no color turn on the board. Probably going to get the yellow on top, I guess. Well, not necessarily, because the yellow is going to be ready next turn anyway. Alright, so Alexa's doing her DDT. Now there's a lot of color turn gem. Time to convert them. There you go, the rotting dropkick, 7.6k damage, and make 8 random color turns into blast. So that means that just in that middle area, there's going to be 8 blast gems in there. There you go. Now the Doom Salt is going to be very useful because now you can break 2 of those. Well, actually, no. Forget that. It's not 2 because there's a trainer on it, the Giant. So it's going to be 6. But you don't pick him, they're going to be random. But they're so close to each other to begin with, you got good chances. There's probably like the 2 on the right that don't really have anything to connect. And it does 12k damage base also. There you go. And that pretty much refilled the green move at the same time. You got pretty much lucky on this one though, because normally you got good chance for people to kick out of that, but he had the submission ready to piss off the opponent on the next turn. Alright, let's go look at some more footage. Different spec, different opponent. Alright, now we're gonna have a look at Zombie Flair versus Flesh Flair. Alright, the spec this time gonna be a little different. Gonna be the figure 8, still submission plays 3 sub gems that do 6k damage for 3 turns each. not each, but total. And the submission gems are going to get turned into blast gem. The bloody boot, which is a cost 1 move, which means you can use it every single turn. Deal only 1.5k damage, but choose a 3x3 area to make into freeze gem. And a sanguine spear, it deals 6.5k damage and make 3 random gems into blast gems. Not using the decaying belly to belly, not using the rotting dropkick, and not using the doom salt. So with this spec, going to be using Sting to start with 4 more red MP, and Rusev to create 3 more blasts. Let's go see how that goes. They are both 4-star bronze. So he's got to go put that move on the board. Best place would be the bottom left. There you go. And by the way, the reason that he's going to put that there is because, well, first on the right side, he's got the red that he's going to connect to get his red MP. So there's no point putting it there. You would break it. But also you got to keep in mind the blast gem is a random placing blast gem, which means you can decide where they go, but you still want them to be relatively in the same area. And those frozen gems, what they do, they basically prevent any type of gem to be created on those. So any area you got frozen is an area where the blast gem can go. So you got to put as much of those on the board to limit where those are going to go. Now, both. So now he's going to make another 3x3 area. Could have put it on top as well. That would have worked also. Now he's going to create them, and they're restricted to the area without any gems, without any freeze gems. Now he was able to connect a few of them. That refilled is, well, that finish to fill is red submission. He can create another bunch of freeze gems again. So again, 3x3 area, 1.5k damage. Putting it on the bottom. Finisher, which is gonna empty or at least remove 3 MP. The main thing I don't like about the finisher though is that it's random placement, so. Kicking out that. Now you can place another bunch of frozen gems. You can also break that black one on the bottom left. There he goes. He kicked out. Time to put out more freeze gems. Bottom left would be perfect because that still leaves him time to get his red on top. There you go. He didn't pick those though. That still worked. Alright, now we can do another freeze. And that doesn't leave much space for those, so they're probably all gonna be within the same area. Mostly. And now we can break them. And that filled out all 3 moves. So he can do the same thing next turn. There you go. Although, now you got the finisher from the other Charlotte, which is going to cost him quite a bit of his MP. This is an annoying, very strong submission. That's gonna set him back a couple turns. It's pretty much gonna be out of MP after this. Let's put back some freeze gems. He's still lucky because he's got 4 reds he can take. So next turn he's gonna have all 3 moves. Let's put back some freeze gems. No point in putting them right on the bottom right because there's already 2 blast gems there, so they can't be overridden. Now he's going to do his finisher to drop the MP of the opponent. Put back some freeze gems. Put on a whole bunch of blast gem. And that broke a lot, which should end it. And that's it. So that's a win. That was a long match, obviously, but he never was in any trouble all along that match. So it did the job. It just took a while. So let's go look at another one of those. All right, so this time it's going to be against Natalya. Right, so again, well, actually this time it's a little different. This time it's the figure 8, which is still the submission that does 6k damage for 3 turns, and the remaining sub-gems turn into blast. The Sanguine Spear, which makes 3 random gems into blast gem, and the third move, which is gonna be the Doomsault instead of the Freezy Bloody Boot. It deals 11.7k damage and destroys 2 random blast gems. So not using the Bloody Boot, the Decaying Bait to Belly, and the Rotting Dropkick. Trainers again, Rusev to create an extra 3 blast, and Sting to start with 4 more red MP. Let's go on with the match. Alright, so he's got to go for red. Doesn't have any, so may as well go for yellow. No red, no yellow. He can't really take away any purple from the opponent either. No red, no yellow, no purple to take away, but he can create all those blasts already. Now he's got to break some. And by some, I mean almost all of them. And that pretty much filled his other 2 moves right away. Reshuffling the board. Now, using that submission, which is going to place 3 randoms 1. Going to take away MP from the opponent. Create 3 blast gem with those. And now, well, look at that. That Sanguine Spear is ready again to create 6 random blasts. Now he can break 2 of them. Well, he could have with the move, but he decided to do it with the move, which worked as well. Well, he did not even need to use that move to break them. That was enough with an early pin. That was definitely the fastest match she's had so far. All right, let's look at it against Rhonda now. All right, match against Rhonda, which is the best female probably. Gonna be using the same as with Natalya, figure 8 sub that does 6k damage for 3 turns, and the remaining gems are gonna be turned into blast. Those are randomly placed. The Doom Salt, which destroys 2 random blast gem, and a Sanguine Spear, which makes 3 random gems into blast. Not using the 3 other moves. Alright, using again Rusev to create 3 extra blasts, so that Sanguine Spear will make 6 instead of 3, and Sting to start with 4 more red MP. Alright, so we've got to go for a red match. There's one on the top right. There you go. Gonna be able to put those blast gems on the board on the next turn. There you go. Not any that you can't connect. Next turn he's gonna have is submission. Yeah. Not using that right away. The opponent is not getting a move on the next turn anyway, so there was no rush to use the sub. Probably gonna want to use it next turn though. There you go, using a submission. Gonna drop Rhonda from 3 MP so she can't use her green move on the next turn. I can't use any of his moves, but he can connect the purple one on the left, which he did not do. All right, he went to the yellow, which is gonna put him. Is gonna make him able to destroy 2 on the next turn. Can create 6 more on the board. That'll make 9. Now you can use those, and basically the trick here is to select 2 that are gonna basically connect. Oh no, true. It's not a choose. It's a randomly assigned. Well, it got him anyway, so it randomly choose 2 good ones that connected with other. I always forgot that it's a randomly choose. It's not a select. But still, that worked pretty great against Rhonda. All right, so well, that's it, guys. That's definitely my favorite moveset for her, the red, yellowy, red. I think it's the one that is the fastest, most effective one, and probably the most reliable one as well. So that's it for Charlotte Flair. If you guys are not already subs, make sure to do so to be kept aware when I post new stuff. If you have any comments, leave them. And if you like the video, leave a like and share. See you guys. G out. Ciao.